Hello. Oh, I love doing that again. Woo-hoo! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to College Boy Taisen. We took a little break last week. That week, or at least the week before, there was no SHT, there was no Don Brothers, there was no Geats, and there was no Healthy Jacob at the moment. So we just decided to skip the week.
and I was on vacation. I was back from vacation that day, and I needed to pick me up. So it worked out.
But now we're back. We're keeping our one episode lead on Geats. We're not letting them catch up on us.
Nope.
And
we were first.
We're finally back with another week of Ultraman Nexus. It's just one episode this time. Keep it simple for the viewer. Keep it simple for 2023. But Jacob, how's your week been? Winter break is kind of slowly becoming over for everybody. And people going back.
It was good until a few days ago. But other than that, it's been fine, I guess. I don't know.
I see.
Today was pretty bad because, checking my email, see if I got any emails for any, classes. Check my email. Oh, what's this? Oh, they canceled one of my classes 4 days before the semester starts. That's nice.
Damn, it's just canceled for the entire semester?
They just closed it. They just said you're not doing this class anymore. And I'm like,
dang.
Oh, okay. And my advisor was like, when I was signing up for classes, she was like, oh, you need to take 4 classes this semester. And I'm like, okay. So I just take another history class because history is chill. I don't really need to think. I don't think I need to try that hard. Just they canceled the history class. Okay, whatever. So I had to pick a new class, but it wasn't too hard. But it's just annoying, because it's like, why are you shutting down a class 4 days before the semester starts?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't like school.
I've been dealing with my own little school troubles as well.
Why?
I'm transferring.
Whoa!
Yeah,
shit!
From one community college to another. It was solely a distance issue, and I got tired of driving to a town 40 minutes away every day for school.
I should consider doing that, but I'm too deep in now, so.
Yeah, but my first new semester is going to be great. It's entirely in town. It'll be easy. It's like a 3-mile drive.
That's good. I'm happy for you.
Hex yeah. I also saw the new Puss in Boots movie. Finally.
I do want to see that, but I'm not.
It's pretty good.
To go anywhere. It looks gorgeous though. So
I saw Puss in Boots. I saw the dub of Shin Ultraman.
Yeah, you can check out our thoughts on the dub of just Shin Ultraman.
The sub of Shin Ultraman. The dub and sub are basically the same. Recommend from me. Actually, I don't know. The dub was only like a one-time premiere, but if you ever somehow find it, it's pretty good. Find it yourself. I'm not helping.
Do it yourself. Here at College Boy Taisen, we don't help you at all.
Just go do it.
Just get off your ass. Type in Shin Ultraman dub, and it'll probably come up. I don't know what to tell you.
Damn straight. But God, there certainly has been a whole thing. There's been a whole thing about dubs today on Toku Twitter. There's been a lot here and there, back and forth.
I've been off Twitter today, so I saw some of that. I think it's, I think it's stupid. You don't have to watch the dub if you don't want to watch it. That's pretty simple.
The other non, I guess, controversial big thing that has happened recently, Dylan, aka the homie Ghially, has done his little Toku Awards 2023.
Yeah.
That, if y'all are here from that, possibly, I was there, I was presenting, I was unoriginal, I ripped off Thomas Jujubee because I didn't want to show my face.
That should be our new thing. I'll take pictures of my Revi figure and then I'll recolor it, and then that can be our thing now.
That would be dope. But yeah,
off our best pal Tommy Moore.
it was a fun thing, you know. I got to present the best moment of the year. The entire chat said it was rigged that Icky and Vice won over the stream versus Vale.
What won? What were the nominations?
The nominations, if I remember, one was Ultraman Dyna's return. I don't know what that's from, but if Ultraman Dyna came back in something, you know, that's from that.
I wonder what he could have came back in.
This is my sign that I haven't been keeping up with Decker.
I was saying that because I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
So Sonoi's death from Dawn Brothers, Zen Kaiser versus God at the finale, Black Sun recreating Black's opening, Destream versus Vale, and Icky versus Vice at the end. And Icky versus Vice won.
They should have all lost.
Then you don't like... I feel like you would have said Ultraman Dyna's return. But I kind of forgot you don't like Dyna that much.
It wasn't... I mean, you know, I guess I'll save it for the Decker episode.
How many episodes does that show have left? Like 2?
One left. Which
One?
is next week. I was wrong.
Shit. Maybe we could do it next week. Fuck.
I'll save my piece.
Either that or the week after that. But
probably the week after that. I think that
we have the new arc of Geats arc 2 or arc 3, depending on how you look at it. Episode 17, the start of the reality TV show Desire Grand Prix. Total drama. Oh my god! Oh my god! I'm so glad we thought of the same thing.
Here at College Boy Taisen, we share one brain cell.
I was completely
sometimes
thinking
sharing
about
that one brain cell. I can't believe that.
When I watched the episode, I was like, "Oh my god!" Then like next week, they're gonna like probably vote somebody off, like they did in the fucking the Dock of Shame.
The rider pick of shame. Can you put Chris McClane in the thumbnail?
Oh hell yeah! What did you think about this new arc? You know, we have the main trio, the mainstays, and 2 new little weirdos.
It was interesting. I don't know. It was fine.
Can I say something? Cool. I'll say something to start.
Drop it.
I'm sure it's gonna be a couple episodes. Like I'm gonna let them cook. You know, I'm gonna let them wait and see. But like, I don't know. They haven't really sold me. They haven't really sold me on this like reality TV premise yet. Like it's cool, I guess, but I don't really feel like a reason to care. If that makes sense.
I don't feel like it's any different, because I feel like we already had an inclination that they were being watched.
All this means is that they're being watched by more secret people.
Of course, and we'll see them all enter those weird little eyeballs, and they will all meet their fan base.
Because when I heard the reality TV thing, I assumed like, oh, the Grand Prix is going public now, and that's like the new stakes.
I thought that's what it was going to be as well, and then Sumeri is just like... Yeah, no one can watch it.
No one
be in
can
the know,
watch it.
Or whatever it was. I don't know. I don't understand where they're going with that. Like, how do you get to watch it? Because she didn't elaborate. Because I'm pretty sure she got cut off by Kawa being thrown.
They also still like haven't really explained how do you sponsor the Grand Prix? Like, how do you find out about this thing to sponsor it in the first place?
Exactly. So it's a little wonky. I think though, as we see more of the sponsors, like the frog guy, I think as we see more, I think they'll explain it better.
I will say, anyways, this the show, something that I think the show is still pretty good at is its comedic timing, its jokes. There hasn't really been a joke. The show is
actually really funny.
This is like one of the first Rider seasons where it's just like, I don't know, the jokes have really gotten me, especially when they're about Kawa. Like this episode started immediately off rip, just fucking tearing into Kawa.
Everyone else gets these cool little intros. Kawa completely non-audible. Don't even see him show
I
up.
love like Sumeri's like, the 5 of you guys are the new participants, and Neon's like, wait, you only named 4, and the camera zooms out, and Keiwa's just like standing there like an NPC, like.
Like, why are they doing him like this? He almost won a couple rounds ago.
It's so
like,
no, it's still so funny because like they're like, introducing 5-time Grand Prix champion Ace, and like the biggest pop star of pop culture right now, Neon, and one of the smartest people in the world, Nadge-Sparrow, and one of Ace's old rivals and best athlete ever, Lopo. And that's it.
So, yep, nobody else.
Like, Keiwa took on a giant, like, he took on a boss by himself. Granted, he was on the brink of death.
He was keeping up with Ace. He's dead even.
Yeah, he kept up with Ace for a solid bit until he started to get the upper hand.
Mm-hmm. Nope. He's just the butt of a joke again. Which is, hey, it's funny. It's a little weird, though.
Especially if I could sidetrack a little bit, something about that. The little article about these characters kind of came out from the writers and producers and whatnot. It became a little bit of a controversial point on Twitter for like a day or so before everyone forgot. But basically, they said when it comes to the roles of these characters, Ace is the protagonist, Neon is the heroine, not the tertiary, and Buffa is the rival with no real like numbered role. And then there's Keiwa. He's just guy number 2.
I mean, hey, no secondary arguments this year.
Yeah, he's just the secondary, but like, it's cool that he's like definitively the secondary, but it's kind of funny when everyone else has a dedicated role, like the heroine or the rival, and then there's just Keiwa.
I think it's funny too. It's like, on one hand, the roles are arbitrary because it's like, okay, we know what's supposed to be what, you know? Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, it's also funny they're going out of their way to go, by the way, the girl is the heroine. Yeah. By the way, the guy who has been Ace's biggest hater, second biggest hater after the Game Master, is the rival character. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
yeah. And of course, that made some people cry a little bit because, like, they're not calling Neon the tertiary or something. Which, like, I don't know. I don't think that's really mattered. Like, that hasn't been that big of a deal. Her role in the show's been pretty fine so far.
And it's not like she's not the tertiary either.
Like she's probably still going to be counted as a tertiary if they keep that role going forward.
Exactly. It's not like a Revice thing where they literally introduced the third rider and then
rider number 3.
Right, that was so dumb. Like, it's not even like
the day I really cried in my life.
it's just a number thing. Like, I don't like that it's out of order. You know, like it's
interesting that Revice and Geats are really trying to play with these roles, kind of, because you know we technically have 2 main writers, 2 secondary writers, I guess, and then John.
It's weird. John.
But the
Gene in this episode.
Yep, we have a new game master. Is it me or does Samuri have a new haircut? I was like staring at her the entire time because I felt like she had a new like ponytail thing going on.
I'm staring at her for different reasons, but no, I didn't notice.
Yeah, I
noticed that they fixed Neon's hair. I'm glad about that. Neon's hair was on the fritz for a couple episodes there.
They had a little, like, I don't know, kind of fake out mission, not really a real mission. It's just average fight Yamato stuff, but like the real secret behind everything, or the real like meat of the episode, comes in the new gimmick of the arc, which that's probably gonna indicate when the arcs change, because they change the cards in the intro, like the desire cards and what they say. It used to say, like, for the first 16 episodes of, like, oh, who's gonna win? But now it says, who's the backstabber? Which I think is pretty cool. That's a cool way to indicate.
We have the introduction of the imposter
into
the game, which is... I guess it's cool. I don't know.
See, here's the thing.
Like
it's a weird thing to introduce. It really seems like a weird thing to introduce, in my opinion, because, like, obviously, us as the viewers are going to be like, okay, it's one of the two new guys, because why would it be the main trio? And so that's probably the fake out for it being one of the main trio.
But then it's a reverse fake out, and it's actually one of the new guys because we'll know. They know that we know.
Either that, or it could be a weird thing where it's like, actually, it's been Samuri. Like, she's the real one that's been kidnapped this entire time.
I personally feel like it's either Kawa or Neon.
I just don't think it's Kawa.
I'm not sure how it works though. I'm not sure if it's like they know they're the.
Actually, you're right. It could be a conscious thing, or like a mind control. I'm not sure if it's like they.
I'm not sure if it's anything like, they know that's the role they have, or it's like they know. I don't know. Neon seemed a little bit off this episode, so that's why I think it. And then I also think Kawa was holding the Joker card when they were playing whatever the card game was. So I think that's a hint too, maybe. Or, it's just red herrings all over the place. I do think it's not Ace. I think they straight telling us it's not Ace. I believe them on that.
Before we get to the real meat of the episode, the plot, I want to say last episode, I had a prediction that I'm kind of happy it came true. Well, at least I feel like it's coming true. It's not true yet, but it's basically about to happen. And with Thomas and all, I was like, wouldn't it be a cool idea if, since, but Buffa's alive regardless, and he probably has the capability of transforming still, because he still has his ID core, even though it's cracked. But like, it would be cool if he played for the Jamato, because the Jamato farm guy could be like, oh, your wish is to crush all the Kamen Riders, right? That's exactly what I want to do, so you should play for us.
That exact line of dialogue was in
the episode. And he did that. That's a win for me.
You know what else? I'm considering a technical win, because they brought back that stupid Jamato, and he turned into Kyoryu Blue. And my thing of wanting a Jamato rider, who constantly evolves and, just matches the heroes blow for blow. Kind of true. Just saying. Not exactly.
I remember, I don't know if anybody saw it, but when that reveal happened on like the live episode, when it was airing, I had a tweet that spanned all the way back to episode 1 when I was talking to the homie Quasar. And Quasar made this joke of like me after Shiro survives falling off an entire building and getting killed and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, that's never happening. And then I quote retweeted it as that episode was airing. 16 episodes later, at the very end for this reveal, and all I said was, fuck. They really brought him back. He's here.
Welcome back, Kyoryu Blue. Happy Kyoryu, your 10th anniversary.
Happy Kyoryu 10th.
Kyoryu 10th. The 10th core medal of resurrection.
Exactly.
How'd that win movie of the year?
Because it's good. I'm dying on this hill. It's not a joke if I'm serious.
Oh, no. I actually can't comment on that because I never finished those.
Jacob, how do you feel about the two newcomers, Lopo and Nadge-Sparrow?
Mr. Nadge-Sparrow he acts like every Toku Twitter user, combined. I said it on Toku Twitter, so I can repeat myself. But he's literally like the personification of the emoji with the nerd glasses. You know what I'm talking about? That's him. That is that guy.
I'm surprised how good his base, his ID core looks really good with Monster. I really like the suit.
Kind of a dork, but yeah.
I didn't notice this. I didn't notice his hair. I thought it was just a normal short
ponytail?
cut. Yeah, he has a ponytail. It's really random, but I like it. He has a interesting
fine.
little thing going on of like maybe like I'm gonna deduce who the imposter is.
Well, actually.
Yeah, and then there's
He's
Lopo, who's just like, I'm basically Buffa, but a girl athlete. Fuck you, Ace.
I want my athleticism to last till my old age. Oh, okay.
It's cute.
Flex.
It's cute to see you're getting like kind of having a funny banter with Neon and Kawa. But you know she has the zombie.
Survive.
She has the zombie buckle. She's the big old Ace rival before Buffa. She's the Buffa stand-in for now, I guess.
You know, now that I'm talking about it, it's kind of funny that, like, they're still just giving everybody the, air quotes, main 5 buckles. You get what I mean? Like, Zombie is given to Lopo, and then, you know, Nadge-Sparrow, or whatever his name is, gets Monster. It's weird. It's like their way of keeping, for lack of a better way of saying it, Buffa and Punk Jack in the lineup. Do you get what I mean? I'm not saying, like, that's what they're doing, but it's just weird. Especially that they just blew Punk Jack up. I still don't.
You know what would be
they did that.
Weird theory. I feel like it's not going to happen because the thing, my theory about Buffa Jamato guy is gonna happen, and they're gonna find him that way. But like, what if Cable wins, and then Buffa like just shows up there, and he's like, "What? Wow, I was never dead." Or wait, no. If his wish was that everybody that was dead comes back to life. Does that mean everybody would come back and he'd be like, oh, wait, where's Buffa? And that's like the big mystery?
I think that'd be cool, actually, if that was the thing.
That would be awesome.
Like that idea I actually really do like that idea, because it's like, oh, we thought this would bring back Michinaga. And then Sumeri's like, oh, he never died. He's in our greenhouse little area.
Yeah. And then, you know, we have the Game Master, the new Game Master. I like that, like, he comes in with the mask, and then he just quickly, like, yeah, I'm not like the old guy. I don't want to wear a funny mask. He's like, hey, hello, campers. Today's challenge. You're gonna go to a school and beat up the students. And then they have to figure out where the principal's office, but there is none, so they just make one, I guess. Because I guess that's how that works.
Power.
Yeah, they introduced Power Builder from the movie, and I guess it's going to be a buckle in the show.
Best buckle ever.
It looks cool.
Power Builder.
It looks very cool. I like the gimmick. It basically takes any buckle and just makes it bigger, I guess.
And they give Ace the greatest line in history, where right before he defeats the monster, he literally goes, oh, I'm undefeated for a reason. And then he just fucking drops a giant sword on the guy. It's incredible.
Amazing. That's why he's the GOAT!
That's why he's the MVP!
It's very interesting, though, with, like, the approval ratings thing at the end, because I feel like they're going to try their best to make this, like, TV show thing really matter for the arc. So I'm really wondering how the approval ratings are really going to affect things. And they established, the approval ratings are not based on whether you win, they're based on, like, you know, what you do for entertainment.
So a little odd.
It's really funny that, like, apparently
sort of like a reality show.
Only one fucking person was entertained by Kawa.
It was this frog guy.
What does this show have against him? And then the boost buckle, like, fucking pieced him up in this episode, too. It had him flying. It is crazy. But it's actually really interesting to see that Ace isn't instantly at the top of approval rates. Everybody likes Lopo. Yeah, I guess Toei knows, you know, people like female writers.
I thought it was funny.
See, I don't get approval rates. These approval rates are stupid, though. Why do so many people like Nadge-Sparrow? He's a loser.
That's what I'm saying. Figured out how to beat... Because I was clouding on him the entire time I was watching the episode. Then it's like, oh...
He got a higher approval rates than Geats. He's literally the style man.
He's literally... all he did was tell him how to do it. He didn't do it.
His catchphrase has to do with entertainment. He gets the highlight.
He's the GOAT!
He is the people's man.
Nadge-Sparrow figured out how to do the challenge before Ace did, so that's why Nadge-Sparrow has higher approval rating from the audience. Well, the audience is stupid.
Exactly.
Okay? It's about style.
I'm glad.
It's not about figuring things out.
Oh my god, Toei's trying to tell us that none of us actually know what we want. We're all stupid. Really, Yuya Takahashi, he knows what we want.
Yuya Takahashi, professional pain in the ass.
For real. And we'll see when Outsiders comes out at the end of this month.
Oh, brother.
It's okay, it'll just survive, we'll carry it. And then we'll get the Ren and Disaster episode.
Yes, and then Ren will get a disaster arm when he puts the book in the sword.
He fucking better. That would be awesome. I swear to God, like, they gave Oja a new form. And, like, if it's only just gonna be Oja that gets a new form, I'll be fine. But if they start handing out other ones, I know they're bringing back Kurobi. He better not get a new fucking form.
We don't need that. You don't need that.
I heard somewhere in a rumor that they're possibly bringing in Evolto from Build.
I would jump off a cliff.
There's a lot of things going on here.
If they gave us Evil Dinosaur, I'd be okay.
Dinosaur.
I'm still mad they never gave us that.
F1.
That too. They should have given us that, but no.
Best match.
Gave us Santa Claus and cake.
I wonder if we're gonna get a new power up soon or a new big thing, because I know Power Builder was just here for movie tie-in, but like I hope they use it actually it's a buckle they can just get from a box from a secret mission.
I wouldn't mind if I wouldn't mind if that becomes somebody's new upgrade or something, because I know there's different. I know there's an armed Magnum buckle coming out for Ace, and I think it also has sounds for something else. I forget what it is. Peter showed me a video. I'd have to look again, but I know it has different sounds for the main riders. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nago starts using it as her power up item or something, which I would be okay with. That'd be cool. Or Michi Naga doing it.
No, I feel like we talked about this in Thomas's episode, but I feel like it's cool to ask again. Do you think we'll ever see Glare again? The Glare system?
Yeah, eventually.
Because I know apparently we have those rumors of card gun riders next month or something.
Yeah, and I believe the current rumor is it's supposed to be the Gene guy, which is interesting because he's he's Shotaro Ishinomori, young,
a little fruity,
little guy.
It's interesting, he pulled in Ace and he was like, "I hope you find your mom" or something. He pulled him real close.
Speaking of that, you got the game producer coming in and being like, why would Ace say that his mom is this former game navigator? Could he be lying? And I'm like, if they pull that fucking twist on us, that would be the greatest thing ever.
I never had a mom!
This past 16 episodes, we've been like, oh yeah, Ace is looking for his mom. He literally tells us that's what he's doing. But if it's literally been another lie by him for some fucking reason, I think that would be absolutely hilarious.
They are concocting the most interesting main writer. That's for sure.
It's
maybe
crazy how
he's the final villain all along. Oh my, yeah. Takahashi pulling his old ideas. Arc 1, Arc
I got a
Geats.
hot take for you.
What's the hot take?
I think Ace is a top 10 main writer.
Ooh. Top 10? Well, where would he rank in the top 10 though? Is he rank high, low, middle?
I'd have to think about that further. I just know I think he's definitely in it. And I feel the same way about the Dawn Brothers cast and all their I think Momotaro's a top 10 red.
I agree.
Dorogoku's a top 10 gold, etc., etc. They're all top 10 in their colors, right? Tsubasa and Kiju brother. Not because I hate Kiju brother, not like that. But those are the only two where I'm fringe.
Tsubasa, bro.
10. That's besides
everybody loves Tsubasa.
I only say that because I just think he's, like, fine. He hasn't done anything, like, he's interesting, but he hasn't done anything where I'm like, oh my god, he's sick, you know?
Uh-huh.
If that makes sense. No, he has the stuff with Murasame. That's sick. Beside the point. I don't have, like, a specific place for them like I do with Ace, just because the show's not everywhere, but also, like, they are so just different from, like, characters of their past roles, where I'm just like, I don't know where the fuck I'm comparing them, because, like, sure, we've had cocky main riders before, but, like, Ace literally being, like, this genius, like Yagami type dude, where he just plans out everything and he has a backup plan if
like,
his memories get erased.
Comparing him to, like, characters of quote-unquote similar wavelengths, like, I don't know, Tsukasa or Tendo or Sento. So, like, all those characters, because, you know, they have complete shows, they might have done more crazier stuff than Ace has so far, but I think Ace is, like, literally on the neck of surpassing them already, like, when it comes to doing crazy shit. Like, he has already done some pretty, like, outlandish, mind-blowing stuff.
Like Tendo, for instance. Like, I wouldn't say Tendo's a cocky bastard or anything like that, but he's, like, I think it's more he's just confident in his abilities, you know?
It's more so on the same wavelength of, like, when you think that they don't have a plan, they actually have the craziest plan imaginable.
Exactly. But I don't know, I just think, you know, and maybe, and, you know, I think...
No, I definitely agree. I do hope that Ace doesn't go through a similar reception that Tendo does, because Tendo as a main writer does get a bad rep mostly. But I just hope Ace is good. I love Ace so far. I do think with Takahashi, this mom plot could be the make or break for his character, but, like, there's already so much he's done in the first third of the show that, like, there will always be a chunk of Geats where he is super lovable.
I think even if the mom plot doesn't land, I feel like his, you know, this is my personal opinion. His
personality is different. Like,
if it doesn't,
God, what's the actor's name?
His personality,
Hideyoshi?
I think. Yeah,
his actor is he knows how to work this role, and it's great.
Exactly, and I think even if, like, you know, it doesn't land, I think him just being, you know, I think his personality just carries the character for me. Not because I don't think he's interesting or anything like that.
Oh no, he's definitely great. Well, he will lie about caring about children.
No matter what, I think he's still going to be a good character at the end of this show. Hopefully,
if he's not, like, good writing wise, he will always be a joy to just watch.
I will always have the first 16 episodes.
He is always entertainment factor, which makes no sense why he has fucking middle approval ratings. He's the entertainment.
Yup.
Man.
This is why you don't listen to the audience.
Like,
we don't listen to the audience either.
We don't listen to
Chris. Actually, that's a lie. Shout out Chris. Chris, you know, Chris was telling me that, like, he's, like, a Lopo fan now. And I'm like, she had one episode.
Well, you know what?
This was while we were watching the episode.
That reminds me. I gotta ask the big question.
Do tell.
Lopo and Nadge-Sparrow. How long do you think they're lasting?
I think Lopo is lasting longer purely because of her having a completely unique helmet. And I think Nadge-Sparrow or Nudge-Sparrow?
Is it Nadge-Sparrow like a slight retool of, like, the other birds?
Yeah, it's a retool. It's a retool of all the other birds. So that's why I'm like, eh. I also can see a world where, like, he gets taken out purely because he's trying to figure things out. Like, the same thing happened with Ace, I would say. Like, the same thing happened with Ace. They tried to take him out because... It
could be that kind of sad thing of, like, I figured out who, like, the secret identity and everything, and he or, like, the secret to the Grand Prix, and he's going to tell the others, and then they kill him.
Like a laser type beat.
Yeah.
He figured out who Gim was. So
I don't know.
I think
the fandom loves Lopo.
I think Lopo's
Like the
I like
fandom
her
loves
helmet, that's
Lopo,
about
and
it.
her approval rating is really high from the in-world audience. So maybe I feel like she might stick around a while.
I definitely agree on that, especially because one of the rumors a while ago, I think I brought it up the last 2 episodes or something, but I'm pretty sure she is the blue Wolf Rider we heard about.
Uh-huh.
So I think she is gonna stick around because Nadge-Sparrow wasn't mentioned at all in those rumors.
What I don't hope is the
specifically
case.
name dropped the Blue Phlox.
What I don't hope is the case with her is that, because I do feel like there's going to be a chunk of the show where Buffa is the enemy, or someone they have to fight against, and so I hope it's not like a whole case with like Letter and Nago, or it's like, oh, once Buffa's ready to be redeemed and a good character, or like a good guy again, fucking Lopo dies or gets retired or something like that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of lame. I would think it would be kind of interesting though. Not necessarily the flip side of that, but like if she helps bring Buffa back because of how similar they are, if that makes sense, like.
Oh, yeah, no, that'd be really cool.
She has the rivalry relief. She like understands where he's coming from. I think that'd be cool. But I could also see that just going to Keiwa or Nago.
Uh-huh.
Like that type of, you need to come back. We know you want to beat Ace, but not like this. With whatever he does.
So far, the only interesting point of this reality show so far to me, because they have yet to make me really care about the spectators, because the spectators so far are just people we've seen before. But the parts that interest me is, of course, they're fucking like, campers, now you must stay inside the grain-free lobby until the game is over. Yeah, they have to stay there and live there.
Sumeri will cook all the food. I can't do it. I can't do a Chris McLean voice.
Sumeri is Chef Hatchet. But yeah, they have to stay there, which I think is really interesting, because he said some shit of oh, the lobby where you live, that can be where the most backstabbing and betrayal can happen. So I feel like they're setting up possibly a big thing to happen there. I also
they do the Power Rangers season finale where they fight in the base and destroy.
I also like the setup of the game. I do in general. I kind of don't really care for an imposter game, but I do. And I could be remembering this wrong. They had some sort of drawback of if the entire Grand Prix ends without you guys finding the imposter, he just wins the game automatically.
Yeah, it's something like that. I'm pretty sure, which is weird. Not weird, I guess that makes sense. But it's okay, this guy could just not backstab anyone for the entire thing and not get found out. Which I could see happening. But I think that'd be kind of a cop-out. I think...
What I really need to know, I need Takahashi to be honest and say, was this Among Us, yes or no?
He's beginning of Geats, he was like, this show is inspired by Fortnite, Squid Games.
Arc 2, Among Us.
It was also inspired by Among Us. I was playing a lot of that during quarantine when I was writing 01.
And then Arc 3 is gonna be fucking Cooking Mama, and no one will expect it.
Arc 3. It's also Cookie Run Kingdom. Whatever that game is.
Arc 3 was inspired by Cookie Run Kingdom and GTA 5.
I started doing heists with the cast of Geats during Arc 2. I wanted to bring that into the show. I loved it.
Also,
started playing GTA Radio.
The next time preview though, it's from they're playing soccer or something. They're playing soccer ball, football. Yeah,
they're doing the Sentai thing.
They're playing soccer, and then at the end, all the characters are just like, so the imposter is Keiwa, and Keiwa's like, what?
Come on, guys, really?
And then Ace has this cool line of well, if you want to prove you're not the imposter, you have to prove yourself. So I'm glad next week is gonna be or this week. I always get this wrong and mixed up, but I'm glad this new episode's gonna be at least it seems like it's gonna be a Keiwa focus. We're gonna see him do a little bit, especially since after all that. Everything about the first arc with the Jamato and Buffa and the game Esther.
Got Jet Keiwa debuting, which is cool. I don't think that.
Wait, he's using Jet?
We were told Yeah, he's got Jet in the preview.
Oh, great! That's awesome. I didn't notice that.
I remember. Like,
I thought he was gonna stick to canon the entire time.
Heard. Yeah, that was. I remember we heard that. Like, he was supposed to stick to canon only, which is interesting that he's.
I just thought that because like it's because the canon side is like more in line with his color palette, just like how orange is more in line with Geats, who's gonna use that.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it.
If they're gonna, I really hope if it comes to power ups, like everything except for the final form, I'd be okay if like all the writers could use it. Because I want Nago to just have something, like even if that means when they get a new power up, fucking Nago starts using command.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Honestly, like I think it's totally fair if like just how this show is, like everyone, I would say pre-start of this arc, everyone was sharing everything. We saw everyone use maybe every buckle once to an extent. You know what I mean? But I would be perfectly fine with if they started, just divvying up the power-ups after it gets to a certain point, Because I think that just makes sense.
Also, another line I thought about, because when in the debut of Command, it's weird with subtitles. I saw 2 different subs for the Command debut episode with Geats. So one of them said, when the Game Master has a reaction to the command buckle, he could either say like something like, "I've never seen that item in my life," or he says something like, "That item isn't in rotation for this Grand Prix," which I think is a more interesting line.
I think I've heard that. I think I read the second one. I don't know why I said it like that, but I remember the second one. The first one, which I think it also makes more sense.
I like the idea of like
he should
this item rotation, which probably explains like, oh, Power Builder is probably in this item rotation. It wasn't in the last one.
I think it's interesting too. It comes in a specific Geats box, so I think it's
Prix and Bandai are gonna go crazy with that. They're gonna make all the main writer boxes.
I think that's just coming out. I think that's a retail.
I need the Tycoon box.
You need the Buffa box.
I need all of it. I need all of it. Anyway,
I need every single buckle.
But yeah, I think I don't know if I'd say Geats was really good this week. Well, it wasn't great. I do think it was good.
It was good. It wasn't bad. Which, I mean, hey, I'd rather have it be good than anything else.
It's mostly just the fact that I still don't really feel sold on the premise for this new arc yet.
I think once we see the rest of the sponsors, I think after see how they interact with their
player of choice,
I don't know, player of choice. I think it'll start picking up more. I do wonder, though, is how long this is going to last, considering the sponsors are supposed to become riders. At least by judging by the leaks and the rumors.
What I do hope, I hope the arc is a Kawa sweep, and it's about how Kawa goes from 1% approval rate to, 99. That's what I hope this arc is.
The Frog's goal is to get Kawa to be the best commenter ever.
Young man, we must start the Kawa sweep.
I think it's funny, it's kind of cute because it's a frog and he's a ninja, that whole thing. I like that. That's neat.
Definitely not related to anything else Kamen Rider's ever.
No. I wasn't making a shinobi joke. I was making a fact that I'm pretty frogs and ninjas are.
Yeah, they are. If Naruto has taught me anything.
Shout out Jiraiya.
Naruto
Jiraiya. And I almost said Ninja Jiraiya, but it's
Ninja
Jiraiya.
Black.
The American Cowboy. No, it wasn't.
See you again.
It was funny.
Okay,
it's also Ultraman powered. Game on!
Speaking of Ultraman!
Ultraman! We're back, baby!
We believed in Nexus, and you know what?
Da-da-da-da-da!
For the first time of us watching this show, Granted, we're only 4 episodes
finally
in.
understood the episode.
I actually, I was understanding what was going on. I was keeping up.
We're finally done with the stupid slime guys. After
I
4
am understanding.
episodes.
I understand the plot kind of now. I'm following, and now that I'm following, yeah, it's fucking awesome. It's pretty cool.
Now that I'm following, now that I can understand, now that I'm watching it on my TV, thanks to my Mill Creek Ultraman Nexus DVD collection. Mill Creek sponsor us and send
How's the quality of that, by the way? How's the DVD?
Fine, I guess. The menu looks ass, to be honest with you. It's very pixelated, but the actual episode is fine.
Oh, that's good. Would you say like 720?
It could just be my TV. I don't know. I don't think I can ever beat the 480. I don't know if I can ever beat the 480p.
480 Nexus is where it's at, bro. This is a full experience. As always, this show's music is banging. Fucking Ayusa. The ending song I still don't know the name of, but it's still pretty good.
It's the best song ever,
I love the what is it, a guitar, a bass?
I don't know.
Acoustic.
It's a cute little rift.
It's a nice string. But even though I'm following, what I now understand even more is that this show is not about Ultraman. It's still about the guy. it's still about.
I
Kumon.
also understand.
Yeah.
This Ultraman Nexus guy sucks at his job. This guy is like exhausted every time I see him.
Every time he's on screen, he seems like he has no idea where he is or what he's supposed to do.
Is this image? I'm sending you this image from Ultraman Nexus, and this is how I felt about watching Ultraman Nexus fight that slime guy. Like he gets bodied for like, I don't know, maybe the first couple minutes of their fight, and then suddenly he's like, oh shit, I can fight back. Like, great, buddy, you should have been fighting.
We get fully introduced to, what was his name? The illustrator?
Oh, the guy with the white.
Yeah, the white clothes, who has premonitions about things and whatnot. It seems like he's going to be a big player. Kumon specifically, when he thinks about him, he makes the relation of him to Nexus's host. So that makes me wonder if he's like an alien or can become Ultraman or anything of the sort.
Yeah. Gonna be honest, this episode kind of lost me at points.
Basically,
it's kind of
the monster.
I got the brass tacks.
The slime shit was happening, and then they're like, guys, there's like, I don't know why I remember the number exactly. The boss was like, there is 47 slime dudes coming out. There's 47 of them. Girl, you're going on the front lines. Other girl who randomly appeared this episode to be a pilot. Go, dude.
Quick, get in the chesters.
Dude, go. You're gonna be on both sides of the tunnels, and then Kumon, main character guy, you're gonna be on the perimeter of the city just in case we fail and the monsters get over there. And they're like, all right, break. And then they go. But I will say, I don't know why, it is so satisfying, because even though it's always in the opening, so you're going to see it every episode, but like the effects of them deploying and just sliding up the fucking elevators, I like that.
I like it a lot.
It is very cool. I like, move out, and then you see them slide up, and you're like, oh, Tokonara. Of course, they have the obligatory, sometimes you gotta cut for commercial break, and when you're done peeing, you'll be like, Nexus.
But
yeah,
nothing else to do.
I don't know, I feel like I need a couple more episodes to get attached to this military team, the obligatory Ultraman military team. And I'm not gonna lie, compared to Decker, which is the only thing I've watched that has a military team, or actually Shin Ultraman too. It's kind of hard to get attached to the military team when the Ultraman isn't there.
I 100% agree with that. Like I'm all for having a guy who's the main character but isn't the main dude, who isn't the guy in the title. I'm all for that, but it is very difficult to be engaged, for lack of a better term, with the rest of the cast when, like, the big dude isn't in the room with them, you know?
Yeah.
And maybe that'll get better as the show goes
Like,
on.
it's always the fun part with Decker to see Kanata there, a part of Gut Select, and he's moving out with them, and he's like, guys, I'm not Decker, guys, or something like that.
Guys, I gotta conveniently run around this corner real quick.
And then, like, even though it was kind of gone with, like, the first 40 minutes of the movie, like, the actually, it might have been lesser than that. Like, Shinji Kaminaga, they were like, man, oh, he's gone. There's Ultraman. Oh, he's been gone a while.
Hey, guys, I'm back. Sorry, I was busy.
But his dynamic with the team is still pretty good. And I assume eventually the team is going to meet the guy. I keep having to say Nexus because I still don't know the host's name. I don't know if he has a name.
I don't think they've said his name yet.
So yeah, he's just the guy. He has an ultra gun that he shoots sometimes. They also possibly suggest that he can see the future because premonitions, dude. They made a connection between them because in the forest he was like, "Oh, we're surrounded." But I just thought, I need to put this in
the meta field.
Okay, listen. I thought there was Ultraman lore I was missing. And when he did that, I was like, wait a minute. Is that supposed to be the Ultra Dimension? is that it? And then the illustrator dude's like, oh, no, it's a meta field. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
It's so weird because I've seen Nexus and other stuff, and, like, he just kind of does this meta field thing, and I'm like, all right. I vaguely knew, like, this is how he fights the monsters. But it's just kind of like...
my question is...
Alright, he's doing that.
Why doesn't he start with that? Like the first, solid 5 minutes of the fight, he was just fighting this dude in the city where anybody could have gotten crushed or died. But he's like, oh shit, maybe I should do this. And then puts up the meta field.
Couldn't tell you. I don't think I'll ever...
Maybe you're right. Maybe he is bad at his job.
I don't think I'll ever get over him. I'm pretty sure it was episode 3. He put the guy in the meta field, and it was off screen. And Nexus comes out of it, and he's like, he's panting because he's exhausted. He's like, I didn't beat it, and I'm just like, what the fuck do you even do then? You just suck at your job, guy.
I don't know why. I was laughing my ass off when Kumon in the ship got sucked into the meta field and he was stuck there, and so occasionally they would cut away from the fight to just show him being amazed, and it's just this awkward shot of him sitting there with his jaw wide open. He's like, oh, it's like, can we go back to the fight?
I'm trying to watch Junez do something over there.
I still love Junez. It is a very, very good looking form for Nexus.
I love when a guy turns red.
Exactly.
I don't get why he just doesn't open with it. To be honest with you, it's kind of weird.
It's very funny. You can kind of see which this is just Ultraman, how every Ultraman fight is, but it's so funny when you can tell that he's losing. He's like, oh no. He starts panicking and whatnot.
There's that bit where his hands get caught and he's panicking, and then he's like, oh yeah, and then he just does something with I think they're the arm Nexus, the thing on his arms. He just does something with that, and it cuts his hands free. He's like, all right, I'm getting serious, and it's
and then
every 5 minutes I was expecting Otokarana. I was expecting the song to just play.
There's also the girlfriend character. They're talking about they're talking about Nexus Man in the woods, and he was like, oh, why'd you let him go? And they have this scene of oh, you want me to report to the chief how I'm grateful to an alien? He's not a human, he's an alien, and I didn't report him because I'm gonna kill him myself. Okay. I don't think you're gonna kill him, lady.
That girl being his girlfriend means he's gonna break up with that other girl.
Oh, that's who she is? I'm kind of stupid. Hold on, wait.
I think that's who it's supposed
I was completely confused in the middle of the giant military versus slug battle where they just cut to dinner and it's just this girl talking about like,
hey, what does your boifriend do?
And I was like, who is this? Who is her boyfriend?
Maybe we should like just bang out the show and just fucking. Maybe we should just watch it in one go. I don't know. The
girlfriend. I was so confused. I'm just like, why? Like, I'm pretty sure they cut to her twice too, and I was like, who is this lady? I've completely forgot.
Here's College Boy Taisen.
It's so funny.
You just don't remember anything.
It did like. And if she's supposed to be her girlfriend, I think that has been entirely replaced in my mind by the moment from episode 1 where he's like, this is how I met my girlfriend.
This is how I met my girlfriend.
And then I was like, okay, so whoever else you have doesn't matter.
Real. I hope they break up, though. I hope they do.
I guess they have to, unless, they're into that.
I had to get one in the episode.
You had to get one. Everybody gets one.
Everybody gets one.
Thanks,
just like how this monster got one hit on. I forgot that's what that's from. I should know. I'm in that show.
Peanut.
Shut up.
Obligatory Peter Griffin mention.
Not Knight of the Wind Peter. Peter Griffin.
Mm-hmm. But we'll never know, because all we really are here, we're just the biggest Geo fan and the biggest Kuga Ryuki.
Don't get me started on those.
Revised Geats. I'm not counting the other one. We're not going to talk about it.
Can I tell you something?
What?
I voted for you on that one.
You motherfucker. It's as long as I win Best Editor or Best Funny Man. I'm glad I was nominated.
I should have been on Best Funny Man.
I'm surprised you weren't. I'm surprised you only had
hilarious.
One nomination.
I was complaining about this. It's kind of petty to complain about it, but like, I feel kind of robbed. Honestly.
You weren't on Real Soldier fan. You're like the biggest one I know.
That one more than anything. It's like it's at Guy Sold. I got the sword. The guy talked to me. The guy added me. The guy knows me. I'm him. You're not. Like, but no, biggest Geo fan. My only claim to fame.
Hemi Neutron over here.
I have a mock Avi. I got the Commodore mock avatar. I got the everything, but no.
You didn't even, because like they had like singular character nominations of like biggest Aruto Hide. You didn't give like biggest Guy Soul fan or anything.
Biggest Nada, biggest I don't know.
That's okay, because you're the biggest CBT co-host in my heart, Jacob.
I was going to say I'm the only other one, but I mean, we've had Thomas, we've had Ballin.
Exactly.
We've had Noel. I guess I'd have to be I guess there is some competition there.
You're the top dollar.
I try to be the top dollar.
The biggest.
Maybe I just don't do enough. I don't know. I feel like I do. I feel like I do the same as everybody else, though. I don't know.
You do great.
I shouldn't really care.
And what's really going to be great is when Kamen Rider Geats Bridge drops.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, surely that'll drop eventually.
Not to put
Not to put any pressure on the other 3 members of the group who haven't seen their lines or anything. I just want to say, I've been done. I've recorded my lines. I'm just waiting on them 3.
Wow.
I feel bad saying that. I really do. I probably shouldn't have said anything about it, but like, I just want to get it done.
That's okay. Jacob loves you. Except, when Ballin's computer doesn't work 2 hours in the meeting.
I remember we were trying to get Ballin to join a call,
and
he didn't know where we were. But we were in the same place we always call it. We're in the Megazord cockpit, right? And it was when when I finished the preview or the teaser thing, and I'm like, I'm not waiting. And he was sitting in his own server, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna post the preview or the teaser, and I posted, and he suddenly joins, and he's like, oh, I didn't know we were meeting in here, and me, Peter, and Chris are just like, where else would we go?
Ballin is an enigma. That's why he's the biggest shipper of the fandom.
I don't get that one either.
He got Guy.
What are your
Guy
thoughts
Kuroda.
on like that whole? What are your thoughts on those? Like as a whole, like, do you think it's weird? Like,
I
do you think it's like.
I think it's fun. It is a fun idea, but it's weird when like it was clear that it was a very loose concept, even if it was planned ahead. It was planned very loosely. Because I'm mostly repeating what a lot of other people said. Some people were nominated for things they don't even like. Some people got nominated, without their consent, in which, it'd be weird to kind of do that. But, like, I don't know, some people should feel comfortable if they're going to be possibly a part of it. I know a local friend of the show, Peter, he was nominated for something, but he was not comfortable with it and he backed out.
I know Chris said similar things. But I personally disagree with Chris's reasons because he said he wasn't worthy. But I believe Chris is worthy of everything.
Yeah. We love you,
Sorry
Chris.
for calling you out like that, Chris. I
Chris is great. Chris is very talented.
Chris, I think you doubt yourself too much, and I think you need to simply not.
Exactly. Everybody else.
That's actually terrible. That's actually terrible advice, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, no, very much is. But like. No, tiny Chris tangent. This man always kind of down on himself sometimes. But like, another reference to the Toku Awards. Dylan, what I learned about it because he did the opening narration for the awards show. Apparently, the day Dylan asked for that, he instantly recorded it and did multiple takes. Like he was really on it, and it came out pretty good.
That's the kind of guy Chris is, though.
Exactly.
I remember when the birth of Double G dubbing. I think I sent it to you, but I had already written out the thing for Shotaro to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think I sent it to you. I could be wrong, but I wrote the whole thing out, and it was a joke on the call. But I sent Chris the script. He left the call, came back like within 5 minutes, and had sent me the audio file.
Oh,
so
the biggest case of that with Chris for me. And I'm gonna reference something that is now dead. Ryu Soldier Abridged. Ryu Sol the Abridged. I found this out basically like a year after I decided that it's not coming out. So it's been long since dead, right? It's like rotting in the ground, has worms covering it. Like it's that dead.
Bring it back.
And one night I was just talking about it. And Chris was like, man, that's so sad. I even recorded my lines. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you sent me the script anyway so I could see it. So I recorded my lines. Chris sends me this folder of 36 different sound files. That is all of his lines from the script. And I even opened up the old Ryu Soldier Bridge Sony Vegas file. And I put in his lines to just see how they would work, and I'm like, "Oh my god, Chris!" Like, it was heartwarming.
You want to hear the flip side of that?
I
sent Chris a script for a Power Rangers fan dub. Never did anything.
It'll happen. He'll get to it. He'll remember.
Everyone. Double G dubbing will be dead. I won't be friends with Peter or Ballin anymore, and he'll just send me the audio file of Power Rangers Cyber Steel lines. Well, good enough.
Yeah, I think it's been a good week back here, Chris Boy Tyson.
Chris Boy Tyson. See, I love these episodes where we just kind of go off the rails because we just kind of ran out of things to talk about the main topic.
And it's always because of Nexus.
It's always Nexus. It's always Nexus, or it's Power Rangers, or we have a fucking guest. Whenever it's I don't know. I feel like whenever we have
we're pretty on topic for the Decker one, I think.
We were on topic. Well, the Decker one was... Did we talk about Geats that week, or was it on
No, that was the one where there was no one, so we tried to do Black Sun, but then that fell through, so then we just only did Decker.
But I mean, still, even with that, we were. I mean, you're right. That was like a whole Ultraman episode, and we were pretty good on that. And even like, I think with the Bleach and Chainsaw Man episode too. Like,
no, we talked about it for a decent bit. We also put that on the notes to possibly revisit those because now both of them are.
Wow.
Even though Bleach was a first core, second core type deal.
First core.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been happy in weeks.
we can talk about those again eventually.
Yes, let me rewatch Chainsaw Man.
If you feel like no one. Has the dub come out for Bleach, the first core?
It has. I cried again.
I hope Johnny Young-Bosch had a good performance, as he always does.
In the words of the great Homelander meme, it was perfect.
Bond guy!
Down to the last minute detail. And Johnny Young-Bosch is back as Vash the Stampede in a show I haven't watched.
Oh,
but still he's back!
I need to watch Trigun, actually. All my friends love it. It's on my list.
Is that going to be the next podcast topic? We watch Trigun?
We can watch... Which one you want to... Do you want to watch the original or do you want to watch Stampede?
Good question. What do you want to do?
I want to watch Stampede. He has a more appealing design to me.
Wow. You don't want to see him walk like a crab that one time or whatever?
No. I want to see...
I'll watch the original and you watch Stampede.
I like the CG. I like the CG, TBH. Yeah, it doesn't look that bad at all.
I actually forgot it was CG, but you reminded me it is, and I think that's a good thing that I forgot, because, like, that reminds me of how good I remember it looking. That makes sense.
Yep. Well, we've been CBT, colleague boy Dedaiden.
Did you colleague? What?
Cauliflower boy Tyson. We've been college.
Chris bitch Tyson. I'm not calling Chris a bitch. I just need the B word.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. I don't know. What an episode. Just gonna keep going.